Jimmy, there's so much we could say about this game, but we got to start with that incredible steal at the end by Caleb Martin. This was such an aggressive game. How did you stave off? How did you hold off the Lakers there at the end? And what do you think really contributed to tonight's win?
I mean, we got stops when we needed to. Every win isn't going to be about 20 points. Yeah, we should have held the lead, yada, yada, yada. But we beat a good team. The injury bug got them a little bit. But when they get healthy, I mean, we all know what the Lakers are capable of.
I know that you don't like to talk about your stats, so here we go.
My boy.
There we go. I know you don't like to talk about your stats. You got your third triple-double tonight of this season, but you are now the Heat's franchise record holder for most triple-doubles. You just surpassed LeBron, who held the record, against the Lakers tonight. What does that mean to you, if anything, and how important is it for you to continue to keep leading this Heat team?
I mean, as I always say, anytime you're being compared to greats like LeBron, D-Wade, I guess you're doing something right. But to tell you the truth, you know, Bam is the one out there like, yo, you need two more. I want to be out there on the floor whenever you do surpass him. And that's to my teammates, man. They're always looking out for me, wanting me to be great. I love them for that.
Jimmy, you guys are 16-5 at home right now. You have 3 more here in Miami. What is it about playing at home, and how good does it feel to have the next few here in Miami?
Feels great. You know, sunshine definitely helps. Being able to be around the family, but more than anything, this crowd is always electric. They always show up. They always show out. We got the best fans.
Bam Adebayo. Bam, with 6:52 left in that fourth quarter, you guys were up by 18. The Lakers came roaring back. How did you pull this one off? And is it extra special to beat this team, LeBron and the Lakers?
Well, one, how we came back was, you know, we got away from what got us that big lead. That was, you know, being aggressive on defense, flying around, and I feel like we took a step back because we seen it was the fourth and there was 6 minutes left. You know, for the Lakers, I mean, they just have so much history. You know, Kobe Bryant and Shaq legacy, and then you got the man of Pat Riley, who was once over there. You know, he's a competitor, so he always wants us to beat the past teams he's been with. So I would say it gives Mr. Riley some bragging rights.
There you go. Well, you have some bragging rights too. You finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds. Your 4th game back since coming back from that thumb surgery. How are you feeling? What worked for you tonight?
Man, just getting my teammates involved. They were blitzing and ducking, so, you know, I was just making the right plays and just getting everybody involved.
You guys were really moving the ball well tonight, finished with 33 assists. You guys are 8-1 now when you score or when you pass the ball more than 30 times. How important is it to continue sharing the ball?
Oh, man, it just shows how many weapons we have and, you know, guys playing the right way. And that's what it's all about.
Speaking of weapons, Jimmy Butler becomes the franchise leader in triple doubles. Just how much does he continue to inspire?
Man, he's, you know, I'm so proud of him myself. You know, I told Spo check me in the game so I could be a part of that moment when he got the franchise record. You know, he down-to-earth dude, and, you know, he's going to be around for a while. So, you know, congratulations to him.
Yeah, and how about Caleb with that steal at the end to finish?
That's that underdog mentality, man. You know, they got the little group in the corner, they call it the undrafted. But, you know, it's just guys trying to find their way. You know, not on the scouting report, trying to prove themselves. And a lot of guys on our roster are undrafted and they're trying to prove themselves.
Jimmy said at the end of the game that the fans are the 6th man. You guys are 16-5 at home. You got 3 more at home. Mindset leading up to the next game, and how important are those Heat fans? Man,
we're going to always need our 6-man fans. I appreciate y'all. You know, y'all show us so much support, and just want to say thank you from Bam.
Was this just a case of any win's a good win?
Yeah, yeah. If you could always guarantee this, where we'd be fully in control and then have to feel the stress and manage things in the fourth quarter, but we'd still come out with a win, you know, every time, I would take that a lot, because I think those are important, you know, experiences to go through together. You know, we fouled too much. I think some of them were, you know, tough fouls, but that just kind of slowed the game down. They were able to creep back into it. We missed some open shots, some good looks, and then we had some, you know, not so great offensive possessions, sprinkled in there. I don't think those were as bad as it felt with all the fouling and the slow, stoppage of play, and then some of the missed shots when we had them open. But those are good learning moments, and I think for the majority of the game we played really well.
Jimmy breaking LeBron's triple-double record in front of LeBron. Just your thought on the completeness of Jimmy.
Yeah, I still just think that's remarkable, and it just shows you, his skill set. That he's able to impact the game in so many different ways. He's really, developed into a great playmaker. For us, he can set up guys, for easy baskets in a myriad of ways, whether it's off the drive. In the post, in the mid post, at the elbows. It's just a really great luxury for us. Does a great job of just finding our shooters in these random situations. He just has a real instinct for that, and obviously, scoring and rebounding. He's always been able to do that over the course of his career. But that's a good accomplishment, do it in a short period of time.
The offense was obviously very sharp there in the first half. What did you like about the ball movement that led to paint attacks, the three?
I mean, it was spectacular just in terms of no hold, making the right reads, keeping it pretty simple. I think the ball stuck a little bit, there in the fourth quarter, just for a handful of possessions, not all of them. But in the first half, we're just working a lot of different aspects of our menu. And the ball was just finding the open guy in a lot of different possessions. When we're playing like that and moving the ball and not really caring who scores, and not holding the ball or letting it stick, there's some pretty good things that can happen offensively for us.
To go off that, Duncan, I think it's the second straight game with 3 assists. Not a high number, but just how much better has he gotten as far as just passing off of those traps and finding the open guy when there's two defenders?
It's by necessity. It's pretty much what the scouting report is right now. We haven't faced a team yet that's just going to let him come off on a screen, without a second defender trying to take the ball out of his hands. And there's a bunch of things that they're going to try to take away from him before he even comes off on that screen. We're seeing all the bullying and pushing and shoving and not allowing him to come up to the top of the floor. He's had to adjust and continue to be more persistent. But yes, by necessity and what we need, he's been able to really develop delivering the ball on time, on target. And it's a great target. I love the synergy between he and Bam. If he can hit him into open space, Bam, makes great decisions there, off those traps. What?
You haven't played too many teams that have gone that small.
Yeah.
Small ball.
That was unique. Yeah.
How do you think you guys handled those looks?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, if I knew LeBron was going to play the 5, we probably would have done that, a decade ago. He's pretty dynamic there, That does create some different kind of challenges for your defense, as a screener, but also the top of the floor with space. A lot of different things where he can kind of manipulate the game.
On the decision to put Caleb Martin back in the game late, sort of seems like it gives you a jolt of energy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a can of Red Bull. He's like that in everything we do, whether it's a pre-practice session, it's a post-practice, his individual workouts. He does everything intense. And he just has a flair for those kind of plays, those momentum plays. The ball tends to find energy, and it was a really cool play on that side out of bounds where Tuck was denying, and then Caleb was able to get to the steal and led to the dunk. But we've seen that many times with Caleb behind the scenes.
up 20, I mean, even though that's, without AD, that's a different team, but when they have LeBron and you're up 23 early in the fourth, do you know that you're going to get the run that pretty much every NBA team tries to make in a scenario like that? Were you guys expecting that much of a run from them?
Yeah. I mean, it's still time on the clock. I would expect any team to, at least make a push. But, we held the fort. And my team did. Duncan played 41 minutes. See that? See that, man? You almost got me fined for cursing. See?
Bam. Bam. Two of Jimmy's 3 triple-doubles this season have come in the past week with Kyle out. Is that a coincidence, or does his role kind of change and call for him to do obviously a little more facilitating and everything else, when Kyle's not in there?
His role definitely does change. He has to be a complete player when Kyle goes out. He has to get players involved. He has to rebound. He has to score. So, yeah. And he does all the little things in between. I just want y'all to know his field goal percentage, though. Like, 7 for 18 is my birthday. And, I just want y'all to know that. I do media all the time. I'm expecting some gifts every once in a while.
You have no idea what we earn. Bam, Spo was just in here saying, look, if we can build these kind of leads and we get in those situations and we can manage the fourth quarters and then we still get out with a win, we'll take it. My question to you is, you had this in Atlanta also where you were able to work your way back. Do you think even a loss like that, and holding off Portland on Wednesday will help you in the moments of truth, playoff wraiths, things like that, to get in these situations and to learn how to manage them?
Winning any game, by 4, by 2, by 6, and you were up 21 in the beginning of like the third quarter, that's just nothing but teaching us lessons on how to win. Then we get in those games where it is a 3-4 point game, throughout the whole game, and we've been in those positions already.
We hear so often about the term closers, but it seems like you guys, anyone could be a closer. That Gabe has had his moments. Tonight it was Caleb at the end with the steal and the score. Duncan, fourth quarter, is in there, a team-high 9 points in the fourth quarter. How nice is it to have that diversity of closers that you can look in so many directions?
Man, it just shows we're just a team that trusts each other. We trust another guy's ability. It's a luxury to have that many guys that can be a closer for you. And, defense or offense. I feel like that's what makes our team so dynamic.
I mean, a win is a win, and all wins are good wins. And he doesn't seem to mind that a big lead and then, some anxious moments at the end. He looks at those as building blocks, even for a team with a lot of guys that have been to finals and stuff like that. How much can these moments help toward the bigger picture?
For sure. I mean, especially when, the best case scenario when you're able to learn in a win, right? A lot of times the painful learning can be in losses, but, we knew they were going to make a run. We were talking about it, and, we had a stretch there we were playing really well and obviously got up, but, to have those kind of pivotal moments down the stretch, I think is, you can never have enough of those. They're invaluable, and there's no way to simulate them. We can talk about late game situations all we want and practice and walk through, but the real way that you kind of learn to wrestle with those moments is obviously by going through them together.
What's it like to have a diversity of closing options on a team like this? Usually it's one guy. Matter of fact, we saw from the Lakers, there was a lot of LeBron at the end. But here, you had your moment tonight, 9 points, team leading in the fourth quarter. We've seen Gabe do that. Caleb has had it for gosh knows how long. What's it nice to know on your team? It doesn't have to be just the one guy make or break.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge luxury, right? I mean, I think it makes us harder to prepare for as well. And I think it speaks volumes to, the guys that are in those situations to be unselfish. So, it's a luxury for sure.
In that first half offensively, just the ball movement that you guys, what was that kind of the sharpest this team has felt offensively in a while, just with Bam and Jimmy in there?
I don't know about comparing it to that, but obviously felt good, unselfish. The ball is moving. Those guys are super unselfish, want to get people involved, and a lot of us are just the beneficiaries of that.
Can you take from a game like this where you're up by 20 plus in the fourth quarter and a team like the Lakers, led by LeBron, makes a run? And there's been a few of those situations this season. What lessons can be drawn from a game like this?
First off, find a way to win. That's a good lesson to take from any and every game. But I think we got away from, making the right plays a lot of time. Nothing's wrong with that. Guys are taking shots that they know that we can make, but I think we should start making a couple extra passes. Then we got to get back to getting stops. When we're making shots, we tend to not play as much defense, and then when we're not making shots, it's even worse. So let's take that from the game tonight.
Jimmy, you're not going to play too many other teams that play that many small lineups, and you're certainly not going to play many teams that play small lineups with LeBron at the center. Just curious, how do you think you guys handled those lineups?
I think we did all right. They got a lot of different pieces that they can put together and be successful out there on the floor. I think we executed the game plan. Like I said, we didn't get stops when we probably wanted to, but I think we handled everything well. Had a couple mishaps here and there, but in the end, we figured it out, got stops when we needed to. Obviously, Caleb got a crucial steal, and I like the way we played.
Jimmy, the same question I was asking Bam and Duncan. What's it like to have a diversity of closing time players, that it doesn't always have to be you? You've seen plenty of teams where it's give it to one guy, get out of the way. Here it's Caleb with the steal and a score. We saw Gabe the other night, Duncan with 9 points in the fourth. What's it like to know, especially someone like you who likes to pass, that it doesn't always have to be you and there are others?
It's refreshing to know that guys are going to take their shot in the first, second, third, fourth overtime. And that's what we want. We want guys to stay aggressive. When you get the ball, if, you can shoot it. If you can't, pass it. Play basketball the right way. But it just goes to show how much time these guys work on their game, because no moment's too big for them, no matter who it is. And as we start to get our guys back, we're going to have even more guys that can do that.
I know you don't love individual accolades, but what does it represent to you to break LeBron's Heat record for career triple-doubles?
Like I said, walking off the floor, I think it's a blessing. And anytime you get in the same sentence with Hall of Famers and greats like D-Wade or LeBron, what they've done for this organization and for this city, it says a lot. But it says even more to my teammates, because they're looking out for me just as much as anybody. Hey, I'm gonna box out. You make sure you get the rebound, or you need one assist, throw it to me. I'll shoot it. So a lot of that stuff really does go to them, because they're always looking out for me.